Next, in the section we have robotics in manufacturing, or machine use where in manufacturing instead of human being. Generally speaking, why sometimes we prefer machines? Why we prefer machine over human beings sometimes? First of all, accuracy or precision, and they are stronger. They are sometimes faster in certain application, and most important factor is they can work 24 hours without complaining or without taking even a break. Very good. So you'll find that's why in certain jobs the machines are replacing humans. Are we good? Tamam? If you look here, you will find that why we do it: for improving productivity, for consistency, and long run, the cost will be less. And normally, this is very important. Write it, type it next to it. They can be used for doing boring, repetitive jobs. They are good at boring, repetitive jobs. Good at boring, repetitive jobs. Because human beings, whenever they repeat the same thing, they tend to make mistake and get bored. But machine, they will keep cutting, keep cutting, keep cutting 24 hours with the same precision or the same accuracy. Are we good? So that's why we prefer them. Where exactly? The question might say, give me example of where we need them. These are the examples. Example number 1, lifting, assembling parts, painting items. It will keep painting 24 hours without complaining. Yes? And manufacturing micro computer chips. And this one needs a very steady and high accuracy, because they are very tiny chips, so humans cannot do them with high precision. Very good. So these are the examples. Another question might come in the exam. This question here: how you will program the machine? You have different way of programming the machine. One of the ways that we do it normally in factories, you will find that you will come into the machine, you will show the machine manually what it should do, raising the machine, putting it to the side, raising it, doing it, and then the machine will memorize these steps in its memory. And then it will keep doing it and repeating it later. So you will walk the machine first and show the machine what it should do, and the machine will memorize the steps you have made, and then they will keep repeating these steps all over again. Advantages we mentioned. What advantage? Can work 24. That means the production is better than human, isn't it? Okay, and they can work under any condition: hot weather, cold weather, dangerous environments, safe environments. They don't complain. They never complain. Very good. And you don't have to pay them salaries. Very good. But the disadvantage is you will find that even though you don't have to pay them, but what? They are very expensive to buy and maintain. The initial cost of the machine, you will find that they are very initially expensive and to maintain them. And the other one is sometimes they can never, and this is the issue of machines, they can never adapt to different situations. They are programmed. They will keep doing the same thing all and over. If anything changes, the machine will never think to change anything. Very good? And this is what we call the machine has less intelligence. That's why nowadays we are trying to make them more intelligent, and we call it artificial intelligence, trying to make the machine more intelligence, because the machine cannot think by themselves. That's why in the factories nowadays you will find still human beings are present and monitoring. Only boring jobs are done by the machines, but the thinking, the operation, the management, you will find human being has to be there to look at these machines. To make them more intelligent or more productive, you have to make or to apply more sensors. And more sensors makes them very expensive. You can make them better and better by applying more and more and more sensors. However, it will become complicated and expensive. Example, in the exam, they might ask you example of this machine. For example, this small scenario here. As you can see, we have a computer here. And the task of this system is to fill these bottles. How many sensors we have? 1, 2 sensors. How many actuator or a motor we have? 1. Are we good? So what will happen? First of all, the bottle will come empty. Sensor 1 will check that there is no liquid. It will send the signal to the computer. What the computer will do? The computer will send it to the valve to open it. The liquid will start pouring in until it reaches what level? This level, or sensor 2. Whenever sensor 2 detect that the liquid comes here, it will send the signal back to the computer. The computer will switch the valve off and send the signal to the conveyor belt to start rotating so that the next bottle will come. And this operations will be repeated for hours. Depends on the operator. Whenever they would like to stop it, they can just stop it. But the machine will do this perfectly. The machine will do this perfectly. Why the machine sometimes is dangerous? Because, for example, if you use a wrong bottle, for example, a darker one, yes, not transparent or translucent one, you will find that what will happen? None of them will be filled. Because sensor 1 will always detect there is a liquid, there is no light going through. So that's why humans should be there, present. Because if you use a wrong bottle, yes, a wrong size even, these sensors might not detect it accurately. Are we good? They can never think of themselves. They might give you a warning, for example. You might set it in the program, but at the end, you need humans decide what's wrong and how to fix it. Are we good?